We rolling? Yes, we are rolling. Let's go. I'm gonna try to do this in one take. I just want this to be as organic as possible. So let's do this. I asked you guys what questions you want to be answered on my Instagram through post and through a story, and you guys have done so. So let's do this. Let's get into it. First question. I really like this question. First question is by Emily Rose. What are some honest tips for growing your social media? Well, Emily, it's a really good question. What I think really helps to grow your social media is three things. Be genuine, just be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. Add value. So if you're good at something, try to spread your knowledge. Add value to your audience. Try to teach them something. The third thing I'd say is consistency. It's just you gotta keep posting, engage with people. That's the biggest thing. You don't want to be the person that's too cool to talk to somebody. So yeah, what I would want to say is those three things. I see you're doing just that. I'd say continue doing that. You're doing a great job. Just keep it up. It takes time. Everything takes time. The next thing is, this is by James Lee Celestin. If I try to say your names and I mess it up, I'm so sorry. The question is keto diet the ideal diet for an endomorph looking to get shredded while maintaining lean muscle? In my experience, keto diet, which for those of you who don't know, is an extremely low carb or essentially no carb diet, and it's high fat. So I like that. For me, that's really good if you're trying to get lean, get shredded, get cut. It depends on your goal. But yeah, if you're looking to get shredded, James Lee, I would say, why not, dude? Try it out. Terry Marsh Fitness. I haven't done this in a while, so this is kind of hard. Let's see. Terry Marsh. How do you know when a opposing coach is legit or is a good coach? And what is the best way to find opposing coaches? In regards to any kind of coaching, I would just play it off the person. Like, if you like their style or what they're doing, then just reach out to them. And you're also asking how do you know if someone's legit? I feel like that's subjective. I would just go based on what you desire, what somebody offers that you like, the style that you like. And if I would reach out to that person, see if you connect with them. Because if you can relate to that person and you think that you'll follow what they say, then I would definitely try to work with them. Next question, John Michaels, my dude. What's your favorite Evogen Nutrition product? Wow, that's tough. I like everything we offer, honestly. I've taken it for a very long time. One of my favorites would be Carnitine, but stacked with Liposide IR. Those two are my favorites. I mean, they get you shredded. Really good for fasted cardio if you take it together. I'm not gonna take this. Yeah, so that's my two favorites. Carnitine just gets you sweating. Ask all my friends, put them on it, and they're just dripping sweat while they work out. Next question, my bro, Drew. What's up, dude? What are the keys to keeping anxiety down during prep? That's tough because I faced that myself. Anxiety is tough. I feel like it's all in your head. So whenever you're in your head, I would try to find ways. What works for me is not going to work for you. Find like a song or like a show or something you like to do that just gets you out of your head. Not necessarily distracts you from your anxiety, but will take you out of it. And just know that you control your thoughts. Don't add fuel to the fire. So just try to bring yourself to a level position. If you feel as if your mind is taking control, you're in control. So don't allow your mind to do that. Tips for anxiety. I like listening to music. Music really helps keep my mind leveled. I can kind of control how I feel. Cardio helps a lot. Yeah, those are a few tips. Drew has another question. How do you handle someone's dieting for their first time competing? Well, I worked with you, Drew, for your first show. Killed it. What I would say is I would like more time so I could learn the person's body, what works for them, their metabolism, how to manipulate it. So if the show is in 12 weeks, I would like to start 16 weeks out at least, so I have 4 weeks to kind of figure out what works for them, what doesn't. The more time, the better, honestly. You'd rather it's a marathon, not a sprint, so take your time with it, and just trust the process. It's big. All right, those were some Instagram questions. I'm going to the story questions. I screenshotted them. Chris Walker, what's up, man? Tips on your first show. Just have fun. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't really go into it with any expectations. Try your absolute hardest. I mean, give it all you've got, but don't be disappointed if you don't win. Don't be disappointed if you come in third place. Like, it's your first show. It's a very different experience from just about anything, from any other sport. It's very self-reliant. Like, it's all on you, basically. You can have a coach, you can have friends helping you, but it's all on you. So just have fun, man. Learn from the first experience and take what you've learned to the next following experiences. This one's from, I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher this, Josue Diaz Bless, something like that. Sorry, man. To be able to compete, is it necessary to have a coach? I don't think it's necessary, but if you want to do well, I would say it's pretty necessary. It's not absolutely necessary, but having somebody for the accountability, which is the biggest thing, because you're not going to want to push yourself to do more cardio, to lower your carbs. You're not going to want to make yourself feel like shit. That's just human nature. Everyone likes to stay comfortable. But yes, I believe personally having a coach is necessary. Exoscar _ what up, man? This guy's always in my DMs. Would you like to go pro in classic or men's physique? Ideally, I'd like to go pro in classic physique. My last show in November was my classic debut, and I plan to continue to stay in classic. Classic's where my heart is. I love the posing, the freestyle, just the way you can display yourself. I feel very limited in men's physique, so classic all the way. J Juicy Fitness, what's up, man? Cardio during prep and carb cycling. Just some explanations about the topics. Carb cycling is really good. I have good experience with that. For me, myself, my clients, my friends. Really good way to manipulate metabolism and to lose weight fast. Lose body fat fast, sorry. Another thing he asked is cardio. I'm really big on fasted cardio. Some people don't like it. I like it. I think it's the most effective way to burn fat specifically. And you can really focus on maintaining your muscle. A lot of people are worried you're going to eat your muscle and burn through muscle with body fat, but I don't have that issue, and I don't think that in my experience that's an issue. So fasted cardio all the way. I wouldn't jump the gun. I'd start low, like 20 minutes consistently, 5 to 6 days a week, and increase accordingly based on your results. Let's see, erect. Next question. What are the first things you do in the morning as soon as you wake up? Dope question, man. I have this morning routine where I wake up and first thing I do is hydrate myself. So drink some water, but in that water I have lemon and salt. So I've always just woken up and drank water, but I was reading this book. It's by Aubrey Marcus. Own the Day, Own Your Life. That's the book. And he mentions that it's called the morning cocktail, 16 ounces of room temperature water, which I've been doing. However, I added in the 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 lemon. So those are electrolytes which help wake your body up. Most people wake up and drink coffee. Coffee dehydrates you. You just slept for 8 hours without drinking any water. Your body's 70% water. Why would you dehydrate yourself even more? You want to wake up and hydrate. So that's what I do, wake up, hydrate. I like to start my morning slow so I can really collect my thoughts. Wake up, hydrate, pray. I like to get my thoughts together, be thankful for what I have. Set the tone for the day, really. And then get my meals in, for sure. Next question. Official Jesse _ your experience working with Ariel and things you've learned from him. I get this a lot in many different forms, but the question is, how is my experience working with Ariel? I just love working with Ariel. It's pretty obvious. I rep team cuts hard. I started working with Ariel in October of 2017. So it's just over 2 years. We've done 3 shows together. I'm extremely happy. I would recommend you to work with him. I wouldn't work with anybody else, just me personally. You have to find somebody you connect with. So if your coach tells you to do something and you don't think you're gonna listen to them, I wouldn't work with that person. I listen to every single thing Ariel says. If he says jump this high, then I do just that. I messed up the quote, but whatever. So yeah, and the things that I've learned from him, I learned a lot about myself working through him, aside from the obvious diet and nutrition and competing aspect. But I've learned a lot about my personal, my abilities as a human being. I learned that I'm capable of many things. I learned how disciplined I am. And in the beginning, I would ask a lot of questions just because I wasn't questioning him. I just wanted to learn why he said certain things. But now it just gets to the point where he tells me to do this and I say, okay, like, it's pretty straightforward. So yeah, if you guys are looking for a coach, I would highly recommend, if you're just looking to, lose fat, like a lifestyle coach, or if you're looking to put on some serious weight, get shredded for a show, I would recommend working with Ariel. His name's Ariel Alberto. It's _ cuts CUTZ _ on Instagram. Shout out Ariel. Sergio DR, how old were you when you competed in your first show? I was 22, 2017. I was April 1st, 2017. It was April Fool's Day. I've only done 3 shows. Let me see. Michael Spencer, another one. How do you manage anxiety during prep? I kind of answered that already. Vishal. What's up, Vishal? What's your favorite music for cardio? Varies. Depends on my mood. But just hype music. You're on there for 30, 40, 50 minutes. Depends on your situation. But you need something to get you going. I usually listen to Travis Scott, Drake, of course. The Weekend. It depends. Like, if I want something hype, sometimes listen to some sad music. I don't know. It works for me. Do whatever works for you, man. I used to listen to house music, not so much. Astro World. Just give Astro World a go. I just start from the top. Another question. Jose, best way to cook chicken. I just like to bake it. Pan sear it 2 minutes on each side. And then throw it in the oven for 20 minutes at 325, something like that. Jose has another question. How to get energy when getting low on carbs? So, simple concept. Carbs are just an energy source. You don't necessarily need carbs to live. Yes, it's nice to have carbs because it's a fuel source, so you'll feel good when you have a lot of carbs. One thing that I notice is when you're lowering your carbs, you want to up your fats. So it's like a balance beam, So if you're dropping your carbs to, let's say, 100 grams, I would up your fats to somewhat on the odds of 80 to 90. Depends on your situation, what you look like, and how receptive you are to carbs. But if you're trying to get lean, start a moderate carb diet, work your way down and increase your fats. Some fat sources that I like: almond butter, peanut butter, whole eggs, avocado is really good, salmon. Yeah, so try that out, Jose. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for taking the time to ask me these questions. I hope I answered everybody's question. If I didn't, I'm so sorry. DM me and I'll answer your question personally. Thank you for taking the time again. I know it's been some time since I've been on YouTube. I'm working on creating some new content for you guys, some high quality content, something different. So I've taken some time to work on myself, and hopefully I can portray that in the content that I will be presenting to you. Thanks for your time. Like and subscribe if you guys like this. Hit me up if you have any questions that I didn't address. I'd be happy to help you out in any way. If you guys need help with your diet, if you need help just getting in shape, if you have training questions, just DM me. I'm here to serve, so don't mind the finger. But thank you for your time. See you guys soon.